Hello, Serge here from the backyard, in the backyard driving range, bringing to you another daily lesson. This first one we're going to talk about came in on the webinar and all the questions we asked you to send in, and we got so many of them that we got a good supply of them for quite a while. This question comes to us from Ed Johnston, and Ed says, sometimes when I really want to hit it hard, I hit a screaming hard hook. I have ruptured discs at C5, 6, and 7, and L3, 4, and 5. I am post 2 heart attacks and am a cancer survivor. I've had a right knee reconstruction, patella tendon, ACL total knee reconstruction, and meniscus OPS on both knees multiple times, and am a candidate for a double knee joint replacement, etc. And love golf and your constructive contributions that I thank you for and appreciate. I feel I am coming over the top. Timing is off, hitting from the outside in with a closed club face. The knees are destroying my timing, trying to hit it hard are all culprits. And the knee joint pain is a big factor. I tried to widen my stance, swing about 80% with smooth tempo back and through, and that really helps. Do you have any pointers or drills you feel would help? Ed, I think I do have a few things, but I'd like to begin by commenting on the original thoughts about you tend to try to hit it really hard, and that gives you some screaming hard hooks. And later on you say that you've tried to widen your stance. I really don't think that widening the stance is a good way to go. As you know, the Surge Swing states that the stance should be about shoulder width with both feet flared. Now, shoulder width would usually mean that if I put this club underneath my armpit and it hangs straight down to the inside center of the right foot. That's where the right foot should be all the time, with every club in the bag. So this foot doesn't move. The one that gets wider is the forward foot. In this case, my left foot, being a right-handed golfer. So I usually hit wedges from about the stance well narrower than my shoulders on full wedges. Now, we judge distance or width of stance by the ankles, not the toes, because we flare our feet out. And especially myself, I flare the forward foot out quite a bit more. And so by the time I get to a driver, my stance will basically go really only from about here, with the club again under my left armpit, my forward armpit, about to the inside of the foot, and then maybe get no more than 2 inches wider than that, where the foot will come in about, dropping this straight down will be 1 inch to 2 inches max wider from my, where the foot outside of where that point, where the wrist club touches the ground. Most folks in, I guess we could say that general instruction says you should have your feet about shoulder wide for a 5-iron. Well, I normally say that's about where it should be with the driver. So we're much narrower. The problem with getting the feet too wide, and Dr. Armstrong, my orthopedic surgeon mentor that I've been with over 25 years, he states one of the biggest issues that causes a tremendous amount of stress, especially on the lower back, is the stance too wide. And because what that means is when you get too wide, your feet become forming more of a triangle than straight up and down, as I call it, the building effect. So I want to look like a building, not a triangle. Because when you get triangulated, that means that the legs are in opposite positions or directions, and that causes them to be forward pressure building in the hips as you go, as you take your stance, and you basically end up getting caught in the middle, because this angle, anytime you go from a straight up and down angle to it angled against you, just think of a tree. If the tree was falling this way and I wanted to stop it from falling that way, I'd put a brace, I'd put a board or a steel bar or something and brace it this way to try to stop it from going that way. So in effect, this angle is saying, I don't want to let you go that way. And then if you do try to move a little bit, that's where I think a lot of swaying comes in. And then what happens? This leg gets even more angled, which now has a problem with when you want to transition back the other way. And so you get caught in the middle, and in many cases, when you stop by going against this leg, if it does brace you, so to speak, and force and holds you in the middle, and we've known that over the years, they've said turn your foot in and cock and turn your knee inward and brace against it. Well, that just caused a lot of golfers to actually reverse tilt. And if you reverse tilt here and let this knee come inward, then when that goes backwards and this leg is pushing more, you end up pushing you back in a reverse weight shift. And you could do that anywhere from just subtly do it to drastically or radically do it. And then a lot of people do come back and hit it, and then they kind of push off late and they think they're finishing, but it's what I call a day late and a dollar short. Where were you at the moment of impact? In many cases, you're back on the right leg. And so if your stance is getting wide and you're back on the right leg and you're getting in this position at impact, it's turning your front foot, your forward side out, and the club's coming over the top. And even if you square up dead to your body is now way open to the left, and there's your pulls. And if any kind of release there is, it can pull, start low, and even start hooking pretty hard for that screaming hook, as you called it. So I think the point here is I would think that the wide stance is a little bit probably your biggest issue, really. Instead of when you think you might help it, you could be doing it pretty good, but at times it's going to cause the other issue of what we just talked about, and I think could be a cause of the pulls and the hooks. I think another issue is that you maybe need to start thinking about trying to mentally tone down your golf swing. I have a playing thing that I teach a lot of players who tend to that I see swing that really hard at the ball, and I call it being a do-bopper. And the mentality there is all I want to do is bop it down the middle, and bop it down the middle with good muscle tone and with a good, firm, athletically ready swing and athleticism in the swing, but not killing it. And I think a lot of golfers were so hung into trying to hit the ball far that we automatically gear ourselves up mentally to start swinging really hard and really over force, and just start losing all the control of our swing. So I think the big issue here is let's think about just accuracy. I want to make good, athletically ready swings, hit it with some power, but controlled power. Everything is about control, staying well within your means to make a good swing and stay athletically ready, but most importantly, dynamically balanced through the whole swing. And you have to figure out in yourself what is the power level that you can do that. And I think being a do-bopper, one of my students once called it being a bebopper, you just think about finding that good muscle tone, that good force level where you can make really good swings and have dynamic balance all the way through to the swing, to the finish, recoil and relax in dynamic balance, and the results of the swing will be hitting the ball more solid, more straight, more controlled, playing controlled golf, fairways and greens. And I think you'll find that will be a big issue there to help you start playing better golf, swinging well within yourself. So I think that's something that is probably more mental than anything. Remember, it's your mind that controls your muscles, controls what muscles move, when they move, how they move, and at what force and energy level they swing. All right, so we want to stay, we have being too soft and too lazy, loose, noodly, to being too hard, too firm, too aggressive. We got to find that happy medium, and that varies for all of us. And the only way you can find it is to I think, start with a good mental attitude. Be a bebopper, be a do-bopper, whatever kind of bopper it takes to stand here and swing at a good level of energy, good level of force, and good level of speed that you can control your swing and therefore control your hits. Okay? Well, that's it for the search for today, and I'll be talking to you all again soon.